I didn't get my crown. I didn't get out of Maine. Apparently today is a holiday, and apparently a lot of tourists were here, and apparently they were all exiting. So my appointment is in Massachusetts. It's in Massachusetts because I believe the dentist is very good. She fixed my tooth that when it broke below the gum line, and I saw 3 dentists, and not one of them was telling me that that they couldn't do the job. Meaning, one would say, well, you need to talk to the surgeon to put the post in. And I'm like, I'm consulting you. You're the expert in your field. But what I'm sussing here after 3 dental appointments is that I need to find someone I can speak to A to Z to solve the problem. And I heard the ad on the radio that this place in Massachusetts was able to do everything in-house. So I got a gingivectomy. They cut the gum. They took out that wiggly part of the tooth. They put a post on, put a cap on, and I was in and out on the road in an hour. And very impressed with her work. And so for stuff like that, I travel back to Massachusetts to fix my tooth. I don't mess around with the dental students, and the dental students, doctors training the dental students, and the general dental doctor. When I want a tooth fixed well, I go to Mass. I go to Massachusetts. I don't mind supporting the dental school here. They have a New England dental school, and $50 cleaning, x-rays if you need it. That's $50 or less, actually, because I don't need x-rays every time. So you spend a little bit more time, but honestly, it's every time I've gone, it's been super convivial, friendly, and great. 35 bucks, I think, is what the price is without x-rays. So that's, it's easy. It's doable. Save a couple bucks a month and you can get your teeth cleaned. Well, I didn't make it to Mass today. Portland, Maine to Portsmouth, New Hampshire is about 45 minutes. I was on the road an hour and 45 minutes, and I still was not at Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So I called. I guess this is the second time I've not been able to make it due to traffic. 2 weeks ago, it was, I assume, the tailing off of summer tourists. It's not summer anymore. I didn't project this to be a problem. I still left 20 minutes ahead of what the GPS said it would take, the time that it would take me to get there. Well, I sat on the highway. I almost got elated when I was going 19 miles an hour, only to stop again. And so they wanted me to stay. They wanted me to keep driving, but I said, the problem is that I'm not driving. I'm sitting on the highway. And they said, well, we'll wait. We don't want to waste the doctor's time, inferring that I wasted it last time. And I said, hey, I didn't schedule this appointment on a holiday for me to commute. Now, granted, I didn't know today was a holiday. I only sussed it when I saw all the license plates in front of me from everywhere except Maine. I'm like, oh shit, this is a 3-day holiday. Everyone is emptying. They're going back. I mean, where do you go from Maine? You go to Canada. They're all going back. And I'm driving out of the lane so I could see the whole length of it, and I'm like, I can see it's all backed up as far as I can see the whole length of the highway. And then I'm looking at the plates again going, I'm gonna have to sit behind these people the whole way. So receptionist didn't like that. Receptionist wanted me to hang in there, but I'm like, oh, okay, uh, it's not just about your dentist, the dentist, losing her time to work. I'm losing mine. I've got a 6 o'clock appointment tonight. I have to shift my schedule around as well the second time. And she inferred that I'd be charged $250 if I didn't make it today, and I inferred blatantly, I will never be back if you charge me. So she insisted that I continue to drive, and I continued to sit on the highway and sometimes go 3 to 5 miles an hour. Can't tell if I'm how far I'm passing because I've got a bumper in front of me to the side, and it's not comfortable because you're like, everyone's like, I want to get in there, I want to get in there, and I'm like, I want to get out there, I want to get out there. Anyway, it's not comfortable. I got past the toll booth, and one toll booth is still not out of Maine. And I saw that it's an hour and 45 minutes. I'm not even at Portsmouth. They said, hey, you could even be an hour late. And I'm like thinking, well, that's great on your end, but then I need to call my appointment that I have that I'm, it's still not sufficient on my end. And I just called back and, I'm like, I'm not moving. What else? A good thing I called because even after I canceled the appointment and she asked me if I could do it tomorrow. I said, no, I'm getting my car fixed tomorrow. She said, Wednesday. That's the 11th. So 9/11, hysterectomy, 10/11. Hopefully, I'll get my crown. I'm only trying to get this crown because the dentist was like, and so were the receptionist, you need to get that metal out. It can leach into your blood system because apparently it's a big metal filling and it's been there probably since I was in high school. And it's a big one because I have pits in my teeth and deep pits. So essentially my Raisin Bran and cornflakes stayed in those pits and produced cavities in those pits. And so anyway, I have metal from then. Once I filled them up, I stopped getting cavities. But they're concerned that the metal, I don't know, can it shrink? They're concerned that the tooth is going to pull away from the metal, then the metal leaches into the blood system, and also that a cavity could get underneath the filling. So they don't like the idea of that, and I've been trying to be cognizant of my good dentist, and anyway, trying to get on Wednesday, leaving early, and it's not a holiday. Not that I know of. So trying to be okay with what did I do today? I drove around at a very, very slow pace. What else? Oh yes, I did go to Walmart because I was trying to get my cr0wn sleeping pill prescription, trying to get all that stuff done before my leg has to be up, and I called that in on the 5th and they didn't have it, and then you know, so there was a line there, and then there was the guy behind the counter gave me a very, very long explanation, and I said, I'm doing this for my convenience. He's like, well, we could give you a couple of pills. I'm like, I don't need them. I'm here for my convenience because I'm here now, and I called it in on the 5th, so that when I'm here now, knowing that I'm going to be going past here on the way to Massachusetts and back, it was for my convenience. And he went on to say, oh, it was just a long-winded explanation about, you know, the 5th and then the holiday. So technically, it hasn't had a 48-hour turnaround. And, you know, when it's all done, I said, look, I don't need an extended explanation. And he's like, I'm not giving you one. And I said, I don't need an add-on. He's like, I'm not giving you one. And I said, I've already explained to you. This was for my convenience. And it didn't go well. And I simply was not going to back down from, it's not going to go well if you add on to this. Because, and I told him, I said in front of his coworkers, you're proselytizing my time in behalf that isn't even for me. And then I walked off. Fucking Jesus Christ, fucking sake. Yeah, I did. Let me try and think about this. How to do this. So you've got people that have a job, but it's really a job. And who are they thinking of? Well, they're not thinking of anyone. They're thinking of making malfeasant shit up with hyphens. So, can you hear me when I speak? Call on the 5th. You don't have it. Fine. Okay? Fine. It's for my convenience. Did you hear that? It's for my convenience. I don't really need the pills right now. I've got some over there because I chop them in half and make them last a while. But what I can tell, with 2 months up, with my legs up, I'm not going to be going to Walmart to go get them. Okay? So I'm trying to do things before I put my leg up. It's for my convenience. He's like, well, we could give you 2. No, you're not getting it. I don't know who you're thinking of. I know it's not me. And I don't know who you're speaking to. I know it's not me because you can't hear me. So not only is it a waste to call, hello?
Hello, this is the office of James Richard at Mercy Primary Care South, 778 Main Street, Suite 1, South Portland, Maine. Calling to remind Angela that you have an appointment on Thursday, October 12th at 9:30 a.m. Reminder that all co-payments are due at the time of service. Please bring a current insurance card and a photo ID with
I
you
don't
to your
think I
appointment.
do,
Please
actually.
arrive 15 minutes early to complete paperwork. Please press 1 to confirm this appointment. Please press 2 to repeat this message. Please press 3 to cancel this appointment.
3.
You have indicated you wish to cancel this appointment. If this is correct, please press 3 again. If this is not correct, please. This appointment has been canceled. Please contact our office to reschedule your appointment.
So I think that was probably 6 months maintenance, but I just saw him. I just saw him to get the surgical clearance for the bunion surgery, for the foot doctor, but which I met stupid by accident on my bumper. And he's going to have me do a blood test to make sure in another week, to make sure my iron is gradually improving. I went to see Zach, and Zach's going to fix the bumper on my car, and I don't want to appear like a liar, so this brings that up. I stated that I was 3/4 in the lane while it was a wide lane, and that I was 3/4 a car length in front of him. So I was telling Zach, and Zach's like looking at the scrape, well, not the scrape, but the mar of his paint on mine. And he's like, well, half, because it's starting at the back of my driver door. There's another door behind that, and it runs the whole length of the car to where it takes my bumper off. And visually, yeah, it looks like half, but I was 3/4 in front of him. He was not in my peripheral vision until he squeezed, until he put the squeeze on me. Okay, so I get that. I like that Zach is so that he's about an accuracy in business. I had that conversation with him, and I simply wanted to back it up in terms of I still believe I was 3/4 a car length in front of him and 3/4 inside the lane in terms of where is that line. Meaning, jackass can see where I was and can clearly read my intention. To back that up, then, about insurance, we have insurance that is artificially slanted to provide for daft, for stupid. The stupid can make anything up he wants. Did I say he? Yes, I meant he. Okay, put a hyphen around that H, okay, because it's very obvious that all you people that fight for freedom with guns are not fighting with your reason as your desire in life even, and it's also very obvious that you have never given way. You're not making do, D-E-W-E, even to, even tooth. What else? So I'm working on providing you that opportunity. Is it a tricky scenario? I'm not sure. I'm thinking it may be best to make slow adjustments. So if I were to discuss how I see it right now, I definitely want to do the Silk Money and probably do it as a Kickstarter. And it's really, it's the first blush of crossing over. It's about what you believe in. It's about what you want to believe. It's about knowing what you're getting into, okay? So the interesting thing is you think law is supposed to represent you. It represents you, fiefend, too. All right? You that are married or married to the Tao, hyphenated, Tao with war, hyphen, you're the only two speaking, okay? You haven't thought it through, and you're accomplice. You're accomplice, thiefend, in the Tao with war. So the big mistake is one one appearing as a prime mover to Tao with war without reason even, without ever thinking of reason even. You think that law has provided for two, for innocence, for one-on-one. It hasn't. It's only providing it hyphened, thiefend. Look at the NRA that's fighting for your rights. Your right as reason. It is not fighting for your right as reason if it's carrying a gun, okay? It's simply sporting the fact that it would like women to think that NIT is innocent, to frame the woman, okay? But the point is, you don't really actually know your beloved by loving. In follow-through. So we're simply going to demystify that law is providing for you, is providing for you, thiefend, 2 pi 2. Okay, it has no consort. Law is a construct to speak for the female, for you, EWE, but it's doing it to two dudes that are hyphenated, that are always going to dow with war and back it up that way. So the tin and tine and your hind and thine is never provided in innocence. It was never meant to. And you're not conducting yourself with anyone that's speaking to you to dow with war, to do. D-E-W-E, A-D. So what else? Suppose that's a place to start. Anyway, October 11th, maybe that's the day. It's curious to me, this is only the third time I'm going to try and get that crown on. I'm going to be leaving early. The appointment is regular business hours. It supposedly takes me an hour and a half to get there. My plan is to leave early, super early, miss the traffic, and take a freaking nap when I get there or whatever, but I'm going to get there. What else? So I did do some grocery shopping. Again, that was had a big long line. Walmart had a big long line. I got an earful of fluff from, someone who's not thinking. Can you hear me now? I would like you to shut up because you don't have any. Did you get the call in or not? You didn't. Okay, great. Well, if I were to say something, this happened last time too. Okay. So you're always putting me out, Walmart. Always. You're putting me out. And then you want to garnish something on top of that? I'm like, you can't back that up, okay? I don't want to be impolite, but I would like you to shut up so I can leave. And when you get your shit together, I'll come back again. Okay? Simple as that. I get to make a couple of trips downstairs. I bought some juice, but I had them put in different bags, so I'm not lifting that much weight. So I get to do minnows in the car, so we'll be leaving soon, and I get to go back and forth to the car and bring my groceries up. But I have a nice little piece of pizza too. Try and get these videos up.